TV Days Drama Digest exclusive. Will we say goodbye to Philip next week? A dangerous plan, a brutal beating, and Beau's fate hang in the balance. Hello again, Days of Our Lives fans. It's us, the passionate sleuths and soap fanatics here at TV Days Drama Digest, back with a red-hot scoop that's as shocking as it is heartbreaking. Today's headline doesn't come easy, because the question we're about to pose is one fans have feared for some time. Will we be saying goodbye to Philip next week? The rumors have been swirling. The tension is mounting. The spoilers are dropping breadcrumbs faster than we can follow them. And with every clue, it's becoming clearer that our beloved Philip may be headed down a path he can't walk back from. The events of this week's episode throw him deeper into danger than ever before, and the fallout is about to explode. Here's everything we know so far about the plan, the betrayal, the dangerous drug heist, and how it all might lead to Philip's devastating downfall. Philip's gamble, a desperate play to save Beau and himself at the heart of this spiraling storyline, is Philip's dangerous, misguided quest for redemption. His motivation? A tangled mix of guilt, ambition, and the desperate hope of proving himself, not just to his friends and family, but most notably, to Xander. Yes, that's right. Philip, the once proud heir to one of Salem's most powerful families, is now crawling through shadows trying to impress Xander Cook. Strange? Maybe. But in the twisted chessboard of Days of Our Lives, every move is personal. Philip's recent failures have left him on the outside of every inner circle that matters. He wants back in. And fast. So when an opportunity presents itself to assist in securing life-saving medication for Beau, who's currently battling a lethal case of sepsis, Philip seizes it. Not because he's the noblest man in Salem, he isn't, but because this is his chance to be the hero for once. But as we all know, when someone on Days tries to play hero under the wrong circumstances, things tend to go very, very wrong. The heist begins, breaking into Dr. Russell's lab enter Steve Johnson and Shawn Brady, two of Salem's most seasoned operatives, who have been working behind the scenes to retrieve the rare medication, Versavix, from the highly secure laboratory of Dr. Russell. The drug is Beau's only hope, and every second counts. In this week's heart-pounding episode, Steve informs Shawn that he's successfully cut the surveillance feed to the lab. The clock is ticking. They now have exactly 10 minutes to get in, secure the medication, and get out before anyone knows they were there. It's a stealth mission straight out of a spy thriller, and we were all gripping our couches waiting to see how it would unfold. But there's a twist. Unbeknownst to Steve and Shawn, someone's already one step ahead of them. Kevin strikes first. But it's not so simple. While Steve and Shawn are gearing up, Kevin, the unlikely accomplice in Philip's dangerous plan, has already slipped into the lab. He's not a seasoned agent. He's not a criminal mastermind. He's a desperate man following dangerous instructions from an even more desperate friend. Once inside, Kevin quickly realizes this isn't as simple as grabbing a bottle off a shelf. The Versavix vials are all measured and tracked individually. Stealing one in full would alert Dr. Russell immediately. So now Kevin is forced to take a little from each vial, trying to equal a single dose without tripping the security protocols. It's meticulous, nerve-wracking work. But just as he's halfway through the job, he hears a sound. Panic. Someone's coming. Kevin grabs what he can and bolts from the lab, barely managing to stuff the vials into his bag. His heart is pounding. His hands are shaking. He might have succeeded, or he might have just destroyed everything. Too late. Steve and Shawn discover they've been beaten moments later. Steve and Shawn finally make their way into the lab, only to find that the Versavix is already gone. Someone got there first. It doesn't take long for the truth to sink in. There's another player in the game, someone moving in the shadows. And worse, Bo's only chance at survival might now be in the hands of someone they can't trust. They quickly inform Kayla, who is understandably devastated. The mission they pinned their hopes on has failed, and Bo's clock is still ticking. A dangerous phone call. Kevin reports back in a dimly lit alley behind the hospital. Kevin finally gets a moment to breathe and to report in. He calls Philip. Breathless and scared, Kevin tells him what happened. He grabbed the entire batch of Versavix vials in a panic. It's too late to go back now. The job was messy, rushed, and likely noticeable. Philip, trying to control the damage, orders Kevin to measure out a single dose and return the rest before Dr. Russell gets back to the lab. It's a risky move, but it might be their only chance to cover their tracks. But fate isn't on their side. Just as they start to formulate a plan, Kevin gets a devastating text message. Conference ended early. I'll be back at the lab tonight. Dr. Russell, their window of time is closing. Fast. The fallout. Xander's wrath and Philip's biggest mistake. This is where the situation truly begins to spiral. Philip's plan, which he thought would save Bo and restore his reputation, has done exactly the opposite. The drugs are now compromised. Dr. Russell is already suspicious. The lab breach is going to be discovered. And Xander? Xander is furious. What we know from spoilers is that Xander had big plans of his own, and Philip's interference has ruined everything. Xander was reportedly working behind the scenes on a bid to purchase the hospital, and this scandal has now placed his future and the entire deal at risk. In true Xander fashion, his anger isn't quiet or subtle. And from what we've heard, the confrontation between the two men is violent. Philip hospitalized. A beating, a mystery, and a cliffhanger. Here's where things turn truly tragic. According to the latest Days of Our Lives spoilers, Philip will be severely beaten and hospitalized next week. The attack is so brutal that he's reportedly unconscious when he arrives at the ER, and no one is quite sure who did it. Was it Xander, flying into a rage and taking revenge for the sabotage? Was it someone else entirely, someone trying to clean up loose ends? And what will happen when Dr. Russell discovers the tampered vials? Is Philip about to be arrested? Worse? What's next? Is this the end of Philip? There's still so much we don't know. But what we do know is this: Philip's plan has backfired catastrophically. Bo's condition remains critical. The Versavix vials may now be unusable or even dangerous if Kevin's panic compromised them. Dr. Russell is closing in on the truth, and Philip's future in Salem hangs by a thread. The question isn't just whether Bo will survive. The question is whether Philip will. Final thoughts. The price of desperation in true Days fashion, this storyline has wrapped greed, loyalty, and heartbreak into a ticking time bomb, and it's about to blow. Philip tried to be a savior. Instead, he may have become a pariah. And while we hope this isn't the end for him, the signs are clear. Someone's going down, and it could be the man who wanted redemption more than anything. As always, Drama Digest will be here, watching, analyzing, and mourning every twist. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.